Good morning, everyone. Now, this one's a bit out of the blue, isn't it? But I felt I needed to come and talk to the camera, talk to you lot out there, and just explain a few things. Okay, I hope you can bear with me. This is probably going to flit around a little bit because I'm just doing this straight from my head and what I'm thinking. When we started the Hand of the Narrowboat YouTube channel, which was quite a few years ago, we were basically pleasure boaters. And we just thought it'd be nice to keep a diary of our cruising around for prosperity, obviously, and for the grandkids, so they can see what we used to get up to once they're old. And it was all lovely. And then we kind of stopped for a bit, work and all that sort of thing, and didn't really put out too many videos, didn't actively look for subscribers or anything like that. And then we moved aboard Hannah and started to actually doing more vlogs. And to start with, they were again your normal sort of boating vlog and about life aboard a boat. And then this shitstorm happened, so which has now been going on for 2 years. So of course that changed things, and it affected us, and it's a massive part of everyone's life at the moment. So of course it had to be in the vlogs. Of course I could have just kept my mouth shut, could have just done a nicey fluffy vlog, perhaps done really well out of it. But that's not me, and it's not Lee. We aren't what I would call, and what a lot of people would say as well, is we're not normal. We're not your normal run-of-the-mill sort of people. I know that my mind flits around. I know that I definitely have an overactive imagination. I'm always fiddling. I don't know whether you notice, I'm always at something. I'm always fiddling with something when I'm talking to the camera. It's not nervousness. It's just a thing that I've always done, because my mind is like meh, 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 all the time. Now, I'm also quite aware that the last couple of vlogs have been quite ranting. And deservedly so, in my opinion. The problem is, when something happens, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about how I feel about it. And I want to show my despair at... I have to try and say this to not upset people, because the last thing I want to do is upset people. I never wanted to start a channel which pitted people against each other. Let's just say I'm disappointed that people can't see or won't look at the bigger picture here, and that's all I'll say on it, because this is most certainly isn't going to be another bloody rant, because it does me in sometimes. You know, it's not doing me any good. But on the other hand, I also need to be able to say what I think. So I guess with that in mind, many of you will know, or some of you will know, not many, 67 I think know, or came over. I started another channel called It's All Too Much Buy, which was going to be a ranty channel. But you know what? I don't want to rant for the sake of ranting. So that probably won't work for me. Now, on the other hand, I also know that there's a big section of our followers who actually take some comfort from what I say on camera, and they understand they're not the only ones thinking this. So sometimes I feel that I'm giving them a voice as such, and I care about these people. I care that there's people distressed about this situation. I also care for people who are scared of what's going on and believe everything that's being said. And that's the difficult part for me. So with that in mind, what I think may be a good idea, and I'm asking you for advice here actually, and this is why I'm making this video. As I say, It's All Too Much Buy, being a full-on rant channel, probably isn't going to work for me, and will probably just irritate me more, because I'll be looking for things to rant about, and I don't think that's healthy for me. I know it's funny sometimes to be a bit of a shock jock, but again, that's not me. So what I'm kind of thinking, and again, as I say, I'm looking for your advice here, is at the moment we've upped this to 2 vlogs a week on Hannah the Narrowboat, and I wondered perhaps we should go back to 1 a week and it just be a normal vlog. Now, don't think anyone can change me, because I am going to say the odd thing here and there, but perhaps a 10-minute rant on a subject on this channel is not the right thing. However, those people who like that perhaps should come over onto that other channel. Now I'll go on to that in a minute, but that's where it will still be a vlog. So maybe we do the second vlog in the week on the other channel, and that's one where I can say what the bloody hell I want, okay, and I can get my camera therapy, if you like, because believe it or not, I do find it quite therapeutic talking to the camera. I both love it and hate it, and that's a strange thing. But yes, so I don't like the arguing also that's been going on the Hannah the Narrowboat one. I don't want people, anyone, no matter what your stance is, to be alienated. That's never the intention. So I can see sometimes it gets a bit snarky, and I can also see the Hannah the Narrowboat MeWe group every now and again gets a bit snarky, and part of that's my fault. I know that, because I can trigger people. I can be a bit of a wind-up merchant, and will I continue doing that? Maybe. So this is where I'm going. So if I change the name of the other channel, which is It's All Too Much By, into something we used to do called Living in a Ditch, I'll give you a bit of history on that in a minute. But if we just change the channel name, and that just becomes Hannah the Narrowboat on steroids, if you like. So I can say what I want, and that will hopefully give the people who watch Hannah the Narrowboat a place to go where they'll still see me as me. Okay, no holds barred. Not ranting for the sake of ranting, but when I feel like doing it, I do it. Okay, and no real massive schedules or anything like that. So I think that's actually a good idea. So yes, now Living in a Ditch, we tried something like that a couple of years ago. We started a thing called Living in a Ditch. We didn't do a YouTube channel. We just had a website called Living in a Ditch, and it was basically for people who wanted a platform for their own blogs, written ones. And it didn't really take off. We had a few people. It was probably an ill-conceived idea, because I thought people could be bothered to do it, but it seems not. Maybe people just like their own platforms. But I thought I'd give it a go anyway. But of course, we own that domain, and obviously we can set up email addresses and all that on that one. So that's thinking of calling the channel that I've got already. I hope you're following this, because I'm not great at explaining things. But It's All Too Much By is going to be called Living in a Ditch, and that's going to be almost, it'll be us, but a vlog, no holds barred. Yeah, you get that, don't you? Then Hannah the Narrowboat will just be normal. So with the odd tetchy little thing I might say here and there, because I can't help it. Now I want to know now, is that something that you think is a good idea? Now I don't want these people who hate us and the trolls just saying, yeah, fuck off onto the other channel. I don't want that. I want constructive thoughts, please. And I really do want your input onto this. I know that a few people have become upset, both because of what I say, and that's fine. You know, I'm not going to stop saying things, but I don't like anyone else then jumping on it and ripping people apart. That's not the intention. Now on Living in a Ditch, well, you can do what the bloody hell you want. It's up to you. But like I say, I think with that, if we take that as a separate vlog, then we can also set up another MeWe group for that, and we take away all the stuff that's pissing us off onto that one. So that's your place to go and have a rant and talk about whatever you want. Then the Hannah the Narrowboat one, as I say, just nicey, a little community, and perhaps we try to just get on with our lives and see what happens. Let's say, I think that is a good balance. So perhaps back to recap, perhaps back to 1 vlog a week on Hannah the Narrowboat for now, and see how it goes, and 1 vlog a week on Living in a Ditch. Now I shall put in the description down below, I'll be working on that this afternoon, and I'll put the description of how to find that. But what we need on that Living in a Ditch, which was It's All Too Much By, there's 67 subscribers on there. We need that to get to over 100. So if you can go there and subscribe and get it to 100, then in a few days, after 30 odd days, we can then get a proper URL for that YouTube channel. and then I link it into the website, which will then be blogs as well. So we'll try and make some sort of community website for people who are the same. I don't want an echo chamber, don't get me wrong, but for people who are not scared to talk their minds, that's free thinkers, critical thinkers, rather than people that are worried what other people think of them, because that's something I can't have. I don't, like I say, I'm not saying I don't care what people think of me, but I don't care what people think of me. I think you kind of know what I mean. I know I'm going off on one a little bit here, but yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, and if that's what you think is a good thing to do, I'll get my butt in gear and do it. Thanks for listening. Speak to you soon. I still love you all. Bye.